Dragonborn need right now is a group of heroes to raise and take on the...
Hello, and welcome to
Hi.
this final boss fight live stream of Dungeons and Dragons, and those are the wrong characters.
No.
How fucking dare you?
I mean, these are some nice characters that we won't be seeing anymore because that game's finished.
No.
The overlay editor has been remastered. So I'll just quickly switch these out. And in the meantime, while I'm doing this, I'm going to say hello and welcome to the stream. We're going to play some D&D tonight. My name is John, and I am... Go away, I don't want to start the tour.
Fine, John, we'll go!
My name is John, and I am joined by Sean.
Do how?
And Sean.
Hello.
And we're hoping that an Amy will awaken from a nap at some point soon and be joining us as well.
We didn't know she's recently taken a part in Sleeping Beauty, and she's taking it very seriously.
Yeah, method actor, that one. So we're going to play some Golden Tooth. I'm looking very... Is this light up too bright again?
We don't know, John.
There we go. Sorry, I was looking very pale in the video. Last time we played the Golden Tooth, the group continued to explore the library of Biblius. They fought and killed Byron, the Naga, who was protecting the that room. They managed to collect the missing gear for the Great Wheel and started to head back via the northern reading rooms, where they encountered a weird plant-like, weird plant-filled room, a room with three skeletal skull heads that attacked them, a room that collapsed on Malzere as soon as he procured a book from within it, and also a room that was full of water that is now flooding the entire north end of the reading room. And so, without further ado, we're going to dive straight back into the map. We're going to get some more epic music than this going. And I'm going to ask everybody to roll me initiatives.
No. Never.
If we refuse, you can't make us die.
There's some logic there. What are you gonna
I
do?
mean, I can roll initiatives for you, but at that point it just becomes me playing the game.
Not tentative.
And I mean, seeing as I'm three members of the Golden Tooth at the moment.
You're 3/5 of the way there.
Well, I mean, 2 members of the Golden Tooth and the NPC that has joined you.
And companion.
Is that everybody? Yes.
Probably.
So on Garth's turn, I'm going to read what he has to do, and I think it's take some damage.
Will we die?
It is take some damage. How much damage is it? It is 3d6.
No.
See, 8 damage. And then he's going to make an intelligence. He's going to make a perception check. Oh yeah, perception. He is turned all around with water flowing out of the room. That is flowing very quickly out of the room, and he does not see anything. Calderax.
Yeah.
At the start of your turn, you take 10 points of damage from the water.
I don't want to take 10 points of damage from the water.
Tough.
That's a lot of water.
And that's a lot of damage for some water.
That tells me quite how much water there is.
And then could you make me a perception check, please?
Make sure I'm not on advantage or anything.
You can feel...
A plug hole.
You can't really see anything in the room as just this torrent of water is pouring out. But you do feel a slight current stemming from somewhere in the room, and you push forward into the room and fight against the flow of the water, and it becomes stronger as you get inside, and you sort of brace yourself against the walls. And as you reach out with your hands, you can feel the scaly spine of an oversized book that the water is pouring out of. Could you give me an intelligence check now, please?
Yo. Intelligence chuckaroony. Apparently, yes, I can.
Yeah.
This book appears to have been transformed into a portal to the River Styx. And it is the River Styx that is flowing out of the book and into the room.
Uh-oh.
That would explain what bad water. Bad water.
Were you to desire it, you could kick off into the book and swim into the River Styx itself,
That sounds like a stupid idea.
at which point you would immediately forget your former life and go on about your business. However, if you wish to try and close the book, could you make me a strength check?
I'm going to try and do a strength check. This'll be a laugh. This is where I get like another. Yeah.
You try to heave the book closed, but the force of the water pushes you back. Malzere is gonna take 14 damage.
Jesus fucking Christ.
14 damage to Malzere, who is now at 37 lives. And he is going to push his way into the room and try to shut the book.
We're gonna have words, Malzere, as soon as this is over and the person who controls you is here.
And he just kind of grips on with his gauntlets of giant strength and heaves the book, and it still resists him.
There's two people trying to close this damn book.
Pyrolis. At the top of your turn, you take 11 points of damage.
Well, that's just rude, isn't it?
Just a pickle peach.
Okay. Is it difficult terrain, I assume? Quite a challenge to get to the door frame?
It's not ideal. So, yeah, it's doable. You can get into the room and attempt to... Oh, that's fun. D&D Beyond.
What's it doing?
It rolled a 1 on the authentication check and are heading back to town to visit the blacksmith for repairs.
Oh.
It's having a fun evening.
Yeah.
D&D Beyond.
How strong am I feeling?
Hopefully quite strong.
Can I go with probably not?
Hopefully stronger than both me and Malzere.
Can I go with I'm assuming Hal might be stronger than me, so I hold my turn, tell him to come in and give me a hand?
You can wait and hold an action to provide help to somebody else.
I think that's going to be my best bet, because I've not got a big...
How is my strength saving throw number bigger than my strength?
Do you have proficiency in strength saves?
No.
Do you...
My strength modifier is a 1. My strength saves a 2.
Do you have a stone of some luck or anything similar?
No.
I'm out of options.
I'll have to have a fiddle with that and try and get out of my king and actually read what it's supposed to be.
I'm also going to turn Sean up a little bit. So
Yes, you must hear everything
I think
say.
actually I turned Sean down the other day, and now it's
How dare you?
it's come back to bite me.
Come back, bite.
So Pyrolis braces
So
against the
I'm-
door and prepares to assist.
Yeah.
And on Hal's turn, Hal will take 9 points of damage
And drop dead.
and force his own way into the room. So Sean, if you could roll me a strength check with advantage.
I assume Hal is stronger than Pi?
This is inaccurate information.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't believe monks are more of a dexterity fighter,
Yes.
Okie doke. That's fine. So advantage on... Do I just click strength?
Yes.
Way!
Pyrolis, you just force the pages of the book
The guns are out.
between yourself and Hal. You force the pages of the Cluck Blosed.
Yes.
Flip reverse that. You force the pages of the book closed.
I like to think that Pyrolis closed the book and Hal just like wraps some rope around it to make sure it stays.
And instantly the water vanishes, and the four of you who sort of braced yourself against the walls, against the rushing water going out of the room, all just suddenly onto the floor next to each other, and you all take...
Was that meant to be the tune from the Siamese Cats? Dun dun dun.
Apparently it was.
Because it's definitely what I heard.
You take 6 points of damage for slamming into the ground.
No.
No. -6. I'm at half health. Ish. No, not quite half health. A little bit above half health.
And is there anything else in the room? No, there isn't, but you do get some XP.
I can roll with that.
So if you want to give yourself 575 experience points,
Can you just tell me what my experience is?
I'll let you know at the end.
Hold on. 39098 plus what?
575.
575 should currently be. That's not working. No. It should currently be 3, 9, 6, 7, 3. Whoop.
3, 9, 6, 7, 3. Cool. Thank you.
Garth will
I was a bit behind anyway.
come over to the door and sort of help you all up.
Cheers.
Where do you want to go now? Also, Amy says that she'll be here in a bit.
Okay. I mean, preferably not in here. It's all rather chaotic.
This place sucks. I am tired. I'm wet. I don't like it.
Hal would just look down the corridor
how
and say,
many-
"There's 2 more rooms."
How are the doors on those rooms looking? Not bulging, I hope, because I don't want to do this again.
Hal looks at the doors. They don't appear to be bulging. This one feels a little cold.
I'm going to have a crack at listening.
Okay.
Let's not be on advantage
sorry.
anymore unless Hal's giving me a hand.
This one feels cold, he says, by the way. This...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have a go at listening to this. She'll put her hand near it to see that it does feel cold, but is determined not to touch it because she's not trusting anything. And I'm gonna give perception a go.
Yes.
See if I can hear anything. No.
You put your hand near the door, and as Hal suggests, it feels cold. You can even look down at the lock, and the door to the room is frozen over.
She's gonna put her hand up and go, I vote not going in that one. If it's frozen the door, I don't want to know what's going on in there. Anyone else?
I'm okay.
I vote we just say screw it to this damn. But we're trying to find more. It's not going to be in one of the damn reading rooms.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. I mean,
And the simple fact that we wasted so much of our spells and abilities on just these stupid damn rooms.
yeah. Anyone else? Oh, hello.
Alright, babes, it's me.
Well, you're here in time.
Grabs Nozray by the collar.
What have I done?
Don't open doors.
Oh, have we literally not done anything?
No, we have. We've just closed the book that was drowning us in River Styx water.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that was happening. It's not my fault.
You kicked the door open!
Yeah, and you opened the door before.
When?
I don't know. Well, basically, I think at least one of us has opened the door at this point, so I don't know why you're pinning this on me, mate.
Staring daggers at me.
Alright, I won't open any more doors, alright?
So that's settled then. We
Yes.
leave the room.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to check these damn rooms, fine. But I'm not going to be sitting here.
I think we'll just pass them then.
Hal just kind of looks a little bit... Aww. But
Oh, if you want to open the door, then open the door.
he won't open the door without anybody else.
Alright, well, let's go then.
Oh, let's finish this turn order, by the way.
Okay. Right, we're leaving the building. I can't even remember why we came here, to be honest.
We were literally passing through to get back to the weird circle thingamadoodle.
What was the weird circle thing of a dude? I literally can't
The thing that
remember.
was spitting out random. The thing we got the cog for last time.
Mate, it has been so long.
That's a no from Amy.
I'm sorry.
There was weird magical circle thing that kept imparting random magical effects. in the first room we came into,
Nice.
and that was broken,
Mhm.
and we needed a cog.
Okay.
We has cog.
He
Yep.
has cog. We were literally passing through this room to get to the original room to put the cog in.
Okay, let's go put the cock in.
One moment. Let me populate this room with fun things for you to find.
No.
I'm gonna go with John wasn't banking on us just getting the hell out. Would that be accurate, John?
It might be a little accurate to say that, yes.
Fuck this place and all it stands for.
I also didn't realise that I was meant to have another NPC prepared for this.
Oh. New friends.
Is it Rock Boulderston?
No.
Aw.
Is it that Aarakocra that we kind of like lost and haven't bothered to try and find?
No, he went home.
He went,
Oh.
I mean, that's a bit rude, isn't it?
I mean, you sent him home with prisoners.
Hmm.
What page is this? Page 41. Cool. No, go away. Go away.
Okay,
Go
bye.
away. How do I get out of this?
Bye. You killed me. That's how.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I opened the tools on Acrobat, and I didn't know how to leave them. You open the door back into the huge chamber that you entered at the beginning of your journey and find an unwelcome surprise.
Unwelcome.
Uh-oh.
Arrayed
it is murder. Oh, okay.
Arrayed around the great wheel are 3 dead drow warriors burnt to a crisp. The bodies still smoke slightly from the impact, making the bodies only a few minutes old at most. You hear the movement somewhere in the stacks and steel yourself for battle.
Not more battle, mate. Come on.
Ah, poop.
Wait, what's fucked up these guys? Why are these guys pissed off?
They're drow.
Why is it always fucking drow?
Perpetually cranky drow.
Alright, hang on, it's loading for me. Alright, token selected.
Why is it always drow?
Oh, that's not too bad.
Why is it always when I have like no health that they appear?
Why do drow suddenly every time death is near?
I mean, it works.
It does.
Go, leader of the drow.
Nice.
Leader of the drow, I choose you!
Those are really nice tokens, though, I'm not gonna lie.
And then how will roll a...
Dude.
No, don't die.
And
I don't wanna.
Garth. Go, Garth.
Go, go, Darth Ranger!
This drow elite warrior spins around with a hand crossbow and fires at How.
No.
And rolls a natural 20.
Asshole.
Hold on. Where is this guy?
This guy.
This guy. Now he's out of range of me, I think.
Damn
So,
You can't give him the no, you didn't.
So yeah, he's out of range of me.
No!
Although actually, hang on, what does it actually say? Again, as a reaction when you or a creature you can see within 30. No, a creature I can see suffers a critical hit. So
Don't worry about it, Sean, because Hal just catches the arrow out of the air.
never mind, I won't use that then.
He rolled really badly for the damage, but Hal just kind of one-hands the arrow
Yoink.
out of the air. And then it is Hal's turn, so Hal is going to go and fight the leader. With his quarterstaff.
His quarterstaff?
Quousty.
Not his staff that is made of quarters.
That is not a hit. I can't find his character sheet anymore. That Malzere can go away. I don't need Malzere no more. I've got a Malzere here.
Okay, bye.
That one is a hit,
Okay.
and it is 7 points of damage. And then he's going to follow it up with a couple of air bursts as he spends a key point.
Follow it up by Starburst.
Neither of which hit. So he just charges forward, swings the quarterstaff, and bursts out a couple of bursts of air, and lands one hit as the drow leader just nimbly dodges the rest of the attacks. Malzere.
Alright, Cal,
Mm.
do you remember, fucking years ago now, when, Malzere was in that bar with all you guys that one time and dressed up as a girl?
Yeah.
You see him do this kind of dance all of a sudden, very similar to that, where he kind of, like, spins a bit. He kind of, like, twirls his arms and kind of raises them above his head. And he flashes you a cheeky smile, clicks, and just disappears.
I think Malzere just yeeted out.
Yeah. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because I'm gonna, like, run around. Yeah.
Okay. This drow's turn. This drow is gonna come to here. What does this do? What does this do?
Ooh, what does this button do?
Who the fuck are you?
This drow raises his hands, and a cloud of yellow-green fog appears, and I'm gonna bring back everybody's favorite central marking point,
Oh, I love
the commoner.
Another commoner.
So
Oh, what's the range of this?
it is 20 feet,
Oh, fuck off!
which you are just inside of. However, he is getting his own guys. How much does he care about that?
Not a
Not
lot.
a lot, but he moves it to there, and Malzere is still in range, but none of his friends are.
So what is it?
Jerk.
It is a cloud kill spell.
Of course it is. I'm on half health. Discord murder party. Let's see who's gonna die.
So it's on the start of your turn.
Oh.
You need to worry about it.
Okay.
This guy is gonna realize that he is stood very close to the wheel that has just zapped 3 of his friends, and looks up at it as suddenly he grows to twice his size.
Oh, we're off to a great start. Isn't this fantastic? We're so dead.
No, don't charge into the cloud kill.
No, do it.
Do it, you dumbass. Come on.
This guy is going to Witch Bolt Garth.
Damn it, Garth.
That is a hit on Garth. And 8 points of damage. This guy gets struck with energy as well, and doesn't seem to take any effect.
Oh. Heal.
If I could write numbers, this would really go well.
For sure.
So, Shade, the leader, strikes out at Hal, who takes 3 hits.
Oh!
Makes 3 hits, blocks 1 of them, but the other 2 land true.
Sorry, just the way you described that is fucking brilliant.
And he takes 12 points of damage.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
How unhealthy is he looking at present?
He's below half health. He is starting to bleed. Pyrolus. At the start of your turn, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
You are fine. So you take half damage.
So I take how much?
You take 11.
Bloody hell, it's a good job I had half of that. Oh. Okay.
And then it's your go.
Can you remind me, lay on hands, is that an action?
That is an action.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of...
Oh, 1 second. I also realised that if I do this... Boop. You should be able to see where the cloud is.
Get out of the cloud that way. So the only way I can get around the bookcases is to go over here,
Yes.
I assume? Or can you get through the gaps?
You can probably squeeze through the gaps.
Just trying to figure out what would be the best thing to do. Given Cal's current health, I'm kind of... Could I do half lay on hands to me and half to Cal in one action because I'm stood next to him, so not move at all, not do a bonus action.
Doesn't work that way, I'm afraid.
Damn it. I'm gonna give Cal half of my lay on hands, so 10 points of healing. Because he's gonna be coming up for the next wave of cloud. And that is going to be my action.
Nice.
Hopefully that helps you just a little bit. And I
Uh.
don't know what bonus actiony things I've got might be worth doing.
You can still move.
Yeah, I'm really not sure where is a decent place to move. Because I can't push past this guy, can I? Or can I?
You can, yes.
But I don't really want to be surrounded by guys if I go and stand in there, because that's just silly.
You can also push through the bookcases here.
So I've got 30, haven't I? 30 feet. 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, let's go get myself up to here. And then that'll be me done. I'll wait till the next one.
Okay, this guy is going to attack Hal. Nope. Not you. You. That is a hit. Does 10 poison damage. Not poison, piercing damage.
Oh my god.
How? This guy, is he in range of the weird wibbly?
Not the weird.
No, he is not. This guy's also going to have moved out of the range.
Curse you, weird wibbly.
So sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to get to there. Calderax, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
No.
Well, game's over.
See?
So you take 23 points of damage.
Ouch.
Minus 23. I am below half.
This might be a TPK.
And it's my turn. What do I even have? I can create food and water at them.
Just throw bread.
They'll be quaking in their boots.
Can you make it molten cheese?
Molten cheese everywhere. So much cheese.
It works in Overwatch.
If only looks, I'm no good at getting into the fray here. I can get out of this fucking cloud, but I can do very little else. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Are we able to fire through these bookcases, or are these kind of like cover?
No, you can fire through.
Fair enough then. I am going to try to... I don't know, what's the range on that? What is the range on that? Range is 30 feet. And it's... how much damage? 88, yeah, fuck it. So I'm going to try to blight this motherfucker.
Okay.
At 4th level, of course, fucking 4th level. I've only got 4th level. So DC 16, Constitution saving throw.
From that guy, it's a... okay. 1d20 plus 4. He rolls a 10.
So he takes the full 39 damage.
Cool.
And as a bonus action, I'd like to healing word someone
Okay.
who's the most ropey at the moment.
Probably how.
Probably Hal, and he is
Hal's the most in the fray at the minute.
the one that is in the most danger at the moment. So Hal shall have a healing word at how many third level do I have? I've got a third spare. So not gonna do much either way, but
10.
That's 10.
That's about
10
that's
heals.
about a sword's worth.
Yeah. So
Garth's go, and Garth
he's going to die.
might do that thing. Yep, he's going to take the full 23 points of damage for this turn, and is coughing an awful lot.
I would recommend getting the F out of the damn cloud.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He can get to here, which is just out of the cloud. And then he is going to cast...
He's got a spell called Fuck You Drow.
That'd be convenient if he did, wouldn't it?
It would be, but alas, I fear he has not.
What does this one do again? You know that. He really has a terrible list of spells.
What, is he a wizard or a
He is a
sorcerer?
wizard.
You'd expect a better list.
He is going to cast this at their leader. Deals 22 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
And then it is back to the top with this Drow Elite's turn, who is going to reload his crossbow and fire at... try and fire at Pyrolis with some cover in the way. Does an 18 hit you, Pi?
No.
So the bolt just kind of into the bookcase in front of you and embeds itself.
Cool.
On Hal's turn, I've remembered that he can do Thunder Wave.
Can he?
He can.
You bastard, I'm in range. You know what? It's good revenge.
If I could remember where his Thunder Wave ability was.
Hey, my name's Hal, and I'm gonna just like zippy zap you because you're not being very nice to me.
My name's Hal. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Pretty much.
I'm all out of ass.
I knew it!
So he is going to spend 2 key points to cast it.
Zap those bitches.
Plus it says he can cast... he can spend an additional key point maximum half your monk level. So he's going to spend 2 more key points to cast it at level
At level kill everyone.
level hopefully do a lot of damage.
Level murder.
Zippy zap.
So that would be level 3.
Oh shit, that's good.
Eh,
Oh. That catches me. doesn't it?
How?
Apparently, he rolled very poorly. He rolled a 1, a 3, a 1, and an 8.
That's abysmal.
But
Alright, con save. Well, I pass.
so did that guy.
So 6 damage.
This guy. So did this guy. And
Would this count for me rolling to my concentration?
no, because she took the damage. So did that guy. So they all take half damage, which
No, I mean like on Malzray because he's got great invisibility.
yeah, you took damage. So then you.
Okay, can you tell me the rules of this? Because I still don't get them. Because I know it's like 10 plus something that I need to pass, but I don't get how that works.
It is. Sean, can you remind me what the concentration check is? It's 10 or half the damage you took,
Yeah.
whichever is
Alright,
higher.
Whichever is the most.
So-
10.
So if you took 15 damage,
You are visible.
Shit. Oh, and I did a good dance as well. How, you're a prick.
But he also
I did a sexy dance and everything. Oh.
he also does get to attack his full attack action,
Fun.
which is at least one hit on the leader. And
Good.
deals 9 points of damage to him. Malzare, at the start of your turn, can you make me a Constitution saving throw again?
I can.
Oh, shit.
So that's 23
23.
points of damage. As you start
Okay,
to choke on the cloud, you are down to 8.
I'm on 10, 15, 20, 25. Right, I'm gonna move here. I will cast Vicious Mockery on the big guy.
Okay.
And it's like, he's pissed, so it's not even gonna be like a cheeky insult, it's just gonna be like really fucking like really low insults.
Okay. So that is a wisdom saving throw from this guy who does not make it
Nice.
and takes the full 7. And then is at disadvantage to an attack?
Yep. And then I'll Healing Word myself.
Good plan.
Level 3. Because I still want that 4th level spell. Yo, browser, can you not crash? It appears it does not want me to heal the sluts.
Oh. There it
There
is.
we go. That's 13. So, 1, 2, 3, 21.
So then it is the drow who did the cloud kill who is gonna
Die! Die!
look at other spells he has.
And then keel over and die. Yes.
Decide they're all boring and just walk off and go home.
Yeah.
That's how it works, isn't it?
Realise
No, I've used all my best ones. Bored now.
I mean, he
Bye.
has used his highest level, but Pyrolus does a 19 hit your armor class,
My armor class is 19.
so it just hits. He just whips round with a ray of frost that perfectly threads over the bookshelf, and you take 8 points of damage.
No. Things are starting to look ouchy, guys.
things are starting to look out to you. We've done like basically bugger all to these guys.
The great wheel just whizzes around and strikes out at the giant guy, and he
Yeah.
takes a lot of damage.
Good.
Should we... Who's got the cog, by the way?
Who's what?
Who's got the cog that we had?
I can't remember who found it. Who found it?
Pyrolus and
I think it was Hal,
Hal
wasn't it?
found it, so I think
Yeah.
Hal has it.
I would assume one of you do.
Amy, does a
That's me.
20 hit?
Let me check. It
You
does.
take 13 points of cold damage as
Wait, from who?
as this drow mage runs down and targets you with a ray of frost.
Okay. Fun. That
That
my
was your healing gone again, yes. This drow elite warrior can't actually reach anyone unless he moves to here. And so he does that thing. And he gives 9 points of damage to Hal.
Here's your damage. Would you like some sides?
Can I offer you any sauces with that?
Would you like some guac?
And then it is the leader's turn. And then I can't remember what the leader gets to roll for his turn.
Two dice. There are d4s. You don't get d4.
I nearly did type 1d8, not +8. He manages to hit Hal once, and only once. But apparently I can't type. Deals 7 points of damage to Hal, who is not looking well.
How unwell are we talking?
Single digits.
Oh.
Pyrolus.
Do I want to stand there and get surrounded by dudes?
You totally do.
Oh, screw it. I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
Do. What's the rules on that one? Just reading the rules on Green Flame Blade.
It targets... You deal an attack roll, it deals damage to the target and one other person near them.
Within 5 feet of it.
Yes.
Within 5 feet of the person I hit.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I will be doing a Green Flame Blade. On that. So I have to roll my two-handed Warhammer first.
That will hit.
So roll damage on that and then do Green
Yes.
Flame Blade.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
I'm on the wall.
And then is Green Flame Blade a bonus action?
Eve,
I
so.
think it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think it
It's
was.
either that or as part of the spell, you get to make a melee attack.
As part of the action used to cast the spell, you must make
Right.
a melee attack with a
Okay.
weapon. So it's combined. Yeah.
So this drow will attack Hal. And deals 7 points of damage. How is running out of those single digits? And then Pyrolus does a natural 20 hit you. 27.
Yeah.
So that
Holy hell. Hang on. What does... No. What does shield do?
plus 5 to your AC.
So no. Won't do that.
But I will do that.
So that is 8 points of damage, Pi.
Okay.
The Sentinel at Death's Door.
Thank you.
Calderax.
Got 3 more of them. Okay,
Save
so
how? Save how?
I can't really save how. That's the problem. All my good healing requires me to get within, like, touching distance.
You can slide between those bookshelves, though, can't you? Because Pi's just pushed her way through.
But then I'd have to be, like, pretty much stood in the bookshelves. Because I can't really get through.
But could you step in, heal him, and step back out?
I don't know.
In
could
theory,
I?
you could, yes.
So... what level would I do? And even then, what is that level? Technically, I do have one spell that can do very good healing, but it's at a cost, and I don't have much health either. So,
I was gonna say, I think I know the one you mean, and that is a big cost.
and more importantly, that's another thing as well. Is if I go within touchy distance of Hal, I'm then within stabby distance of this motherfucker.
Yeah, and stepping away would get opportunity.
You would have cover from him as you stepped away. You would have a bonus to your AC.
Okay then, I will do that thing anyway, because either way, Hal needs health. So I am gonna do, as soon as I get on the right thing, I shall step into the books. I shall do a Healy heal.
I am one with the books.
I shall do the Healy heal. As a hand shoots out from the books. And I shall do a Cure Wounds at 4th level,
Okay.
which is 21 health.
21 health to Hal.
And then I dart back.
Bringing him to 23 health. Okay, so you take... he swings a fist out in your general direction and crunches it against the bookcase.
I somehow doubt that it's going to get to even my normal
It,
AC.
it did not. He rolled a 3 plus 8.
And then Mal's looking pretty beaten up as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So as a bonus, I'm going to do a healing word. I'm going to have to do it at 3rd because I don't have any 4th left. So
12.
12 healing for Mal.
Thank you.
Garth. Garth. That's not Garth. Garth is going to do a level 3 magic missiles at the Drow mage in front of Pyrolis. And deals 16 points of damage. Nice. And then it is this guy's turn, and he is going to step to here. And he is not going to roll well. A 16 to hit your armor class, Pi.
Nope.
Then it is Hal's turn, and Hal is going to wail on Mr. Leader Guy.
Not Mr. Leader Guy.
And will just swing his quarterstaff round and crack the leader across the head with it. And the leader falls to the ground. He's continues to spin the quarterstaff and slams it into one of the other warriors. And hits and deals 9 points of damage to this guy. And then he will spend another key point to do a flurry of blows, which both just hit. And this guy takes a further 12 points of damage. Malzere.
Alright, I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pen here,
Okay.
which is going to get, like, just, like, these guys here.
Okay.
So give me a sec.
So they need to make wisdom saves. So that is 3 drow warriors. And 1 drow mage. Does a 5 beat your spell DC?
Nope.
Let me check.
It's like, it's fucking, Malzere's like that guy from that one Vine, he's like, stupid, I ain't gonna give you the chance!
What is your spell save DC?
14.
So all of the warriors just pass,
I hate
but the
you.
drow mage just kind of stands there going, pretty light. Unfortunately, I rolled a 14, 16, 17, and 20 with the warriors.
Alright, I'm gonna move here then, that's it.
So this guy is still within range of the orb thing, because he's not been able to move away from it yet. And it rolled a 3, and a 3 means that it
Explodes.
doubles him in mass.
Again!
No, he's enlarged at the moment, but he is now under the effects of double gravity. So you can just see the ground starting to crack underneath his feet. And you can see that he's having some difficulty trying to even raise his weapon. The drow warrior, the drow mage just kind of goes, "Oh, lights."
Pretty.
This warrior will attack Hal.
How did he do that?
He didn't, because Hal neatly turns his short sword aside. And then it is Pyrolysis' turn.
Pyrolysis' turn. I'm gonna do the same thing again.
Okay.
So let's have a crack with me two-hand warhammer.
That is just a miss. But you do get a second
Damn
attack.
it. I do. So I can do that again, basically,
Yes.
can't I?
That one
Hey.
hits.
So we'll do that, and then I'm adding my green flame blade.
So that is 7 to the target.
Yep.
And then 5 jumping to his friend who's nearby.
Woo!
Yeah.
This guy
And I feel at some point I should heal myself.
is going to hit.
Some evil thyself.
Is going to hit Hal, unfortunately, for 6 whole points of damage. And then this guy is going to attempt to hit Pyrolus. And rolls a 22.
Screw it. I'm gonna have a shield.
Screw you!
So you just kind of wave, and a mystical energy just... And his sword just turns aside before it hits you.
Yep.
Calderax,
Yes?
it is your turn.
It is my turn. I think currently I've got no 3rd level, no 4th levels. I think my main contribution would be to just keep frontline people standing.
Okay.
So Unless, is there anything I can do to kind of just like befuddle and cause everyone to just die? Horrible.
Cause just a little bit of chaos.
I mean, no, I can't do that. I can't do. I'm out a third now, so I can't do daylight, which I should have done straight away. Weapon, warding bond. Warding bond would be great, but me and Mauser are now quite far away.
Yeah.
I don't really have the health to be able to help in that. Wounds? Who's that? That guy's dead. Okay, good. I think my best bet is to just. I'm assuming that Hao has taken more damage since I have.
Hao has taken a bit more damage since you healed him, but not a huge amount.
Has Pyrolis taken more?
I'm below half.
Malzere is still okay?
He's bleeding, but he's a bit more decent.
I'll do a healing word on him. I can.
Thank you, hon.
I can only do that at first level because that's what I've got most of.
That's fine.
That's 6 to Malzere.
Tough.
And then for an actual action, I got like nothing at all. I could hold a person. At least technically people.
I mean, they are
people,
humanoid,
right?
yes.
Yeah, so people. I could hold people.
That is
I can make them calm.
that is a thing you can do.
That's third level. I keep looking at my third and fourth, and it's like, no, we're not going to be useful. I could detect some magic. I'm going to. So that of all these drow, have all of them taken a bit of damage, or have some of them just not been hit at all?
All of them have taken a little bit of damage.
But this one is quite big.
That one is quite big at the moment, but also having a lot of difficulty with the wheel that keeps zapping him because he's not been able to retreat from it.
Because he's too big.
Partially because he's too big, and partially because all of his allies have been in the way.
I am going to attack that one
Okay.
with a guiding bolt. 12?
A 12 does not hit.
One hit. So that's that fucking waste. One day, I'll either hit or I won't kill someone.
Garth's go, and that's a drow. Garth, where's your turn? Oh, and this has gone away, by the way. The cloud has dissipated because the guy that cast it died.
Lol.
R.I.P. dude who cast the cloud kill.
Let's get another third level magic missile from Garth aimed at this guy, which is 18 points of damage. And then it is that guy's turn. And he is gonna... Again, that is Garth's. Pyrolis. Does a 26 hit your higher AC from having shield steel?
Yes.
So that is 6 points of damage.
No. I refuse.
Okay.
Does it work that way?
No.
Can I do that? Oh.
Hao is going to continue to quarterstaff and miss both times. And then he's going to spend a key point on patient defense. Malzere.
Me. I'm gonna hop back out. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
I'm on the spell page. I shouldn't be on that. Why is this set so low? My dex is higher than this. Ah! Do I have proficiency in crossbows? I don't know. I should. So why is it says plus fucking... Let me fix this. Oh. Well, I don't know why it says the damage is that, but yeah.
That won't hit, unfortunately.
And now I know because my dex is only +3. Well, I'm gonna just hide here and cry, basically.
Okay.
It's all over. No.
Game over, man! Game
This guy's going to take another bolt from the thing and drops dead.
Oh.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, I totally did. That was me. I did that.
The Drow Mage is just going, oh, pretty light.
La dead.
This Drow Warrior swings his short sword at Hal and deals 7 to him. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't, because he gets to make another attack. Yes, he misses. So he's still at 17. So Hal just neatly turns the attack aside. Pyrolus.
Hello.
Hi.
How are these dudes looking? The two that I've got with
The
me.
guy here is very injured. This guy is fairly fresh.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same again, except I'm going to hit the other guy first.
Okay.
Well, that's the
That's
hope
the plan.
anyway.
That'll hit him.
So let's smack that dude in green flame blade. The other dude.
So that's 5 there and 6 there. And I will let you take another attack. Because you get 2 attacks.
Okay. So I shall continue to thwack that dude with another two-handed warhammer. I did click it. There we go.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
Fair.
This guy gets to swing with disadvantage at Hal. And does hit. And deals 9 points of damage to Hal. And Hal is back in the single digits.
No.
But this guy...
How could you?
Another 26 to Pyrolus. And that
All right, pack it in.
that is 9 points of damage.
Things be looking shaky, peeps.
Alright.
I'm under a quarter.
Calderax.
I'm just gonna run away.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Fuck this shit up.
Find a new group.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's been fun. No. I am going to panic slightly.
Cry.
I mean, crying is a free action.
1, 2,
It's good to know. I'll bear
5,
that in
10,
mind.
15, 20. Reach. No. 25. No, 20. No. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. Reach through books. I'm gonna have to cure wounds at second level. So only that, I'm afraid.
That's right, it helps.
And then 30 to move back out, which gives that guy an attack of opportunity
That is...
with cover if the books give me cover still.
he slams his sword into the bookshelf. Apparently when they attack you through the bookshelf, they really like rolling 11. As
Well,
both of the attacks of opportunity taken through the bookshelf have been an 11 to hit.
And then for... the entire group is looking a bit ropey right now, so...
Yeah. None of us having a particularly pleasant day.
I mean, has Malzray taken any more damage since I healed him last, or...
No.
So, how are you looking on health?
He's still bloody, but he looks better.
Still bloodied. Howl is still howling it up.
How
Fix that.
I think I'm going to have to save a healing word because I'm just blowing through all of my spells right now. So I'm going to have to leave my turn at just that, I'm afraid.
Okay. On
That's alright.
Garth's go. Garth's.
Garthston.
Garth is still got another 3rd level spell, so he's going to magic missile at 3rd level the same guy again. And that will be enough to finish him off.
Yes.
Finish him.
And it is then How's turn, and How is going to attempt to finish off another guy. But not with rolls like that. He's going to spend his his last key point on patient defense to hopefully last this round. Malzere.
Shit. Alright, I'm gonna run down here and attack this guy. Hi! Didn't expect to see me, did ya?
I didn't expect a Marlon Barrel's sandwich.
Alright.
You are at advantage.
Hi. I'm about to stick my Dako in you, Woo. And by Dako, I mean rapier.
The drow kind of looks round and turns the rapier aside as you... looks somewhat confused as you charge him with this brazen assault.
How are you looking, Pi?
I'm at just under a 3rd.
Alright, I can give you a healing word. 2nd level. Why does it never like me clicking the arrow button? There we go.
Thanks.
You're welcome, I'm so dead!
The drow mage goes... pretty...
Oh wait, I need to roll for concentration.
No, you don't.
So
Sorry,
is
that
that
was advantage.
6 plus 2?
Oh wait, no I don't! I'm such... What's wrong with me?
John.
Yes, that is 6 plus 2.
Well, if I didn't know, I'm gonna have to in a bit. God, it's been a day, guys.
We're all gonna need a beer after this.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some rum nearby. I can start just downing that.
How
Got anything we can poison them with?
blocks the first attack. And then it is Pyrolus's turn.
Well, we know what's happening here. I'm not going to use green flame, though.
You are at advantage.
Just going to go for a 2 hammer.
That will hit.
Yeah.
And then a second attack.
Well, same again.
That will hit. Okay. Would you, in
Too much rum?
in the honour of the game that finished at the weekend, would you like to rub some funk on that?
Yeah, why the hell not?
So you,
What?
for a first level spell slot, you can rub 2d8. If you've got any second level spell slots left,
Yeah, I've got second level. Let's go second level. Why the hell not?
so if you want to spend 2 second level spell slots, you can roll 6d8.
Does he look like he needs 68?
You could possibly roll 3d8 and then see how he's looking after that.
Yeah, let's go with that. So /roll 3d8.
What the
Oh, fuck's sake.
What?
Somebody please
Okay,
screenshot
so-
that.
No. What is wrong with this game? It's so good.
Did apparently
Can I do the second set and say never mind?
yes.
Are we okay with this? Far better.
Would somebody please screenshot that?
I did.
Apparently tonight is the
Oh.
night the Golden Tooth dies.
Fuck my life.
This is
We did come pretty
this
close.
is how the world ends, not with a bang, but with a whimper.
What would you do, John, if we did actually get a TPK? Because that would really fuck up the.
It would, it would fuck it up a bit, yes.
Would we have to go back to the beginning and sell all of our shit to revive people?
Hal turns aside the
like-
second attack, meaning he gets to live the round.
Nice. It's like the fighting fantasy books where it's just like your spirit flies and then you're suddenly back at the beginning.
Malzere, does an 18 hit you? An 18.
Oh, yeah.
That is 6 points of damage. Calyrex,
Me.
you.
You.
Little old me.
Yeah.
I'm assuming people are still looking ropey.
I'm just below half now, so I'm not too
Same.
bad.
And Malzere is.
Below half.
And how
In
is...
single digits.
God's sake, Hal!
And is
How is living his best
The
life?
monks that I play with having no health.
he is very happy to be able to have turned aside both of the attacks that were made against him this round, because either one of them hitting would have brought him down to less than 0.
That sigh.
What do I have that can actually help in any way, shape, or form other than just healing? I mean, enhanced abilities won't actually do much. I think it's just going to have to be healing because I have nothing else really.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just a little cure. A little bit of cure, a little bit of 80s rock.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to have to do it at second if he's on single digits.
16.
30 to get out of the books.
Nearly did that as damage.
And then, so you two are kind of all right.
Yeah.
Between the two of you, you should be able to take that guy down. And
Yeah.
so I'm going to attempt a guiding bolt on that guy again.
Okay.
Which will either kill him or miss.
It
Little
misses.
There we go. Actually, correction, no, I couldn't have done it anyway because that was an action, so never mind that at all.
Well, it didn't anyway.
Anyway,
Garth, second level spell slots. Let's burn some of those.
Yay.
Pew! A magic missile strikes the guy that you are fighting, and he is dead. And the remaining magic missiles strike this guy. And then it is Hal's turn, and Hal is... that's not Hal. That one's Hal. Swings and hits twice. And really wanted to deal 10 damage. Malzere. It is your turn.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna run in and try some shit. 5, 10, 15, I can't get behind him. Shit. Okay. I will go here, and I will attack.
Okay.
And I say I will attack him, but fingers crossed, honestly.
Nope.
Oh, can I stab him
Yep.
with the dagger? Thank you, you're so kind. Where's the dagger? There it is.
Never mind.
Okay, so I think I'm just gonna delete myself from life. Bye guys, and but I will heal. I'll heal Pi. I'll be selfless.
How is Hal doing at this moment in time?
Hal has more hit points than Malzere does.
Okay.
And
Alright.
than Calyrex.
You get 6 back, Pi.
Cool. Thank you. Plus.
Pretty lights. Oh, I'm so dead.
The Drow Mage goes, oh, pretty. Malzere, this Drow that you just tried to stab twice, spins round and rolls a 10. Does
Uh-huh.
doesn't that?
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
then Pyrolysis' turn.
Pyrolysis.
Pyrolysis.
Gonna keep adding on.
Yeah, the longer the fight goes on, the more assists you get.
Can I push past this? Oh wait, where's the radius around this
It
thing?
is.
He's safe,
He is
right?
safe from it. It is within 5 feet of it.
So can I push through to here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put myself here, but en route I'm going to have done lay on hands on Malzere for 10.
Thank you. I'm not blood anymore.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to... I'm going to Hexblade Curse. Oh, different dude.
Okay.
Not different, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's has one of those. And then that's my turn done, right?
That is your turn done. So it is now
Cool.
this guy's turn, and he is going to swing at Hal.
Can different dude have a dot to remind me that he's
Yes,
first?
he can.
Can you have a dot just so I can remember how
It can.
different
It can be this purple dot.
Cool. Thanks.
Hal takes 9 points of damage,
No.
not 98. That was nearly very bad.
So, John, how did you kill someone today? Typo.
Calyrex,
Yes.
'tis thy turn.
Right, okay, well. So, if I can move through the bookcases.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Because fucking behind these bookcases.
Just an entire fight from the
going-
other side of the library.
Hello from the other side. I can do nothing with that. How far do I have to be for that? 60 feet, so... So I'm assuming still hurting badly,
Yeah, he's...
kind of hurting badly, and hurting
I'm
bad.
at half, so I'm alright for a bit.
Mal and Pyrolus
And
are both
Malzere.
at half.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
How is
hurting.
bleeding? Garth looks about a second away from falling over.
Garth is currently not really being aimed
No,
at by
but-
anything. So, could do. No. I'm going to do a healing word on Hal because that's a little shitty thing I can do. 6 points. As my bonus action, and as my action, I am going to do a. I can't really ask who has the worst AC, can I?
You can't. But two of the people are heavily armored, and one is just looking at the lights.
As in
Oh, in your group.
I'm good.
Yeah, I would gather you're.
Hal's his usual shirtless.
Yeah, but because monks are dexterous, they don't necessarily need heavy armor or anything.
Yeah.
They just dodge. I am going to do a shield of faith on Hal.
Okay.
So he's got a +2 to his AC for the time.
I'm going to put a orange... I was going to try and put an orange dot on him. If you can remind me of that when he gets attacked, that'd be great. Meanwhile, Mr. Garth is going to continue to burn his 2nd level spell slots on magic missiles at Peeps. That is 17 points of damage to this guy. And then it is Hal's turn, and Hal gets to attack with advantage.
He does. And I hope it...
And he hits
help him.
once. And he deals 4 points of damage. So... that didn't actually change his health. Please change his health when I type in a different thing. There we go.
Please change his health.
Malzare.
Yes.
It is your turn.
Not that it's gonna do much.
I mean, you can now step to here to get advantage.
I can, but then again, this is the one who's whatevered. Fuck it. If we're killing,
I mean, you can attack. Actually, from there, you can attack either of them with advantage.
There we go.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
So who are we hitting?
This one because I just want to get rid of him.
It didn't actually
Right,
ping at
I'll
all.
do- well, the one like right in front of me. So 10 piercing, and then I'll psychic blades. There we go. 17.
Okay.
Should I dagger that as well?
Yes.
Beautiful. Nice. There we go. Die, biatch.
He stops looking at the lights.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And he is on his turn gonna do a thing for the first time in a while.
What is a thing he's going to do?
He is gonna...
Couldn't he didgeridoo don't do it?
He's gonna turn at you, Malzare, and cast Ray of Frost and rolls a 13 to hit. The bookshelves behind you freeze.
Oh, I wanted to read those.
This Drow elite warrior will attack Pyrolus and rolls a natural 1 for an 8 to hit. Just gonna ignore that. Pie.
Decisions. Do I get with the green flame?
Yes.
Is it random who it hits?
No, I believe you pick.
Okay, if I can pick, I'm cool with that. So let's go with... We're going to start with my friend here.
Okay.
I'm going to two-handed
That will hit.
and add green flame. Assuming he's still standing to be able to take
He
green
is
flame.
at the he is not anymore.
And yeah, that will hop to this guy. Nice. And I get another
You get
hit.
another attack.
Well, I know who I'm hitting.
You technically aren't at advantage.
That shouldn't have been an advantage, but with 18
It
hit.
does, yes.
Cool.
Calderax.
Are these guys dead yet?
I kind of want Cal just to go in and like slap him to death. You got any spells that can do that, Cal?
Well, technically speaking, if I go there, I can do this at advantage, which will hopefully hit him.
Yes.
And if I do that at that level, apparently it's going to be 1 the higher level.
Well done. But that is also 30... 42.
Yes.
So there's a... And he is pretty much dead. And so Garth is just going to finish him off with a magic missile.
Oh, this poor guy.
That is not Garth, that is the Drow himself. He's not going to finish himself off with a magic missile.
That's it.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Level 1 magic missile. Patow! So after that fight,
Bless you.
after that fight,
We all collapse.
You can keel over.
Nap time.
you can all get 4,500 experience points.
Oh, thank you, because
Hold
jeez.
on.
What number does that make us?
Sean will be with you shortly on that.
So, plus, what's 4,500?
4,500.
Yeah.
So we are on 4417. Total 44173.
Oh god. I've been behind then.
Yeah, I was behind as well. So
Yeah, I put your XP from last session onto D&D Beyond and forgot to do it to your character sheets on here.
Sorry. Alright, well that's pretty cool. Right, so who's got the cog?
How?
Al, can you sort the cog thing out?
Shall we rest first?
No! I'm done with fucking resting, mate!
I have no key points.
And I frankly don't care.
I have nothing left.
I just want to get out of this fucking hell!
How does the attacks from it work, John?
When you get within
What was
5 feet, you roll a 1d6 to find out what effect it has on you.
And there's no way around it.
There is currently no way around it.
What if I dimension door into it?
Then you're inside a very complex machine and it probably mashes you up.
Oh. Oh.
Although I don't...
Ty
I don't
will put her hand out
Okay.
to how to get the cogs.
How will pass you the cog?
She will get as close to where the cogs need to be put in as possible without stepping in the range.
Okay.
So she's literally going sort of straight into where they are. She's already holding them in her hands, trying sort of to look at how they fit together. I don't know whether I can do an intelligence or anything that will make it smoother.
No, it's very clear how the cogs fit in.
I'm just gonna step back.
Yeah. Take a
Just
step back as well, Hal. Just
Just
in
gonna
case
step around here to
that
shove between
last guy
Yeah.
expanded in size. She's gonna put her weapon away as well.
Okay.
Just because she saw that guy struggling and doesn't want to drop it. And she will step in and out as quickly as she can.
Roll me 1d6.
I forgot a space. Oh,
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
am I dead, John?
I mean, luckily there isn't any that are just straight dead. So that's good.
But this one's pretty close.
A
Yeah.
bolt of orange lightning arcs out at you, and you take 22 points of damage.
Oh, okay, I can take that.
Which would have put Hal to 0.
Yeah.
Shit.
I figured 40 was probably enough. I was just right.
But the gear slides into the slot like it was magnetized, and the whole wheel begins to shudder. Just when you think you've made a horrible mistake, the wheel rights itself and begins to hum softly. The sparks of orange energy die to nothing as the gems on the surface begin to emit beams of light. The light builds and solidifies in the air, becoming three-dimensional planets floating in lazy circles. The detail is magnificent, and every world is alive with movement. The elemental plane of water is a constantly shifting ocean world, and you can hear soft growls and squawks coming from the beastlands. It is so beautiful that you could almost miss the central dome opening. Only the change in movement catches your eye. Lying in the centre of the open dome is a weathered paperback book with twin cutlasses on the cover. The thick block letters above them spell out Darshi Journal. Flipping through it, you realise that there are 8 chapters, and each one begins with a symbol from the throne of book. You wonder if maybe the throne was just another puzzle like everything else in this crazy library, and the key to its solution is now in your hand.
You dead?
I'm good. It really hurt, but I'm good.
Smoke is kind of rising off of Pyrolis and her armour.
The hair's all frizzy.
Yeah. She's just gonna sort of slump to the floor with the... I assume she's picked up the book to flip through it.
Yes.
She's just sort of slumped to the floor with the book. Like, guys, there's a book. It's safe, I've touched it, so come see.
I touched it, I rubbed my face on it.
You can now all see the planets rotating, and it's a weird. It looks like a combination between a space map, which obviously you guys are not necessarily that used to in D&D, but also a guide to where the planes are located.
Ooh.
I think we should rest and perhaps watch this for a while. Maybe there's worth in stopping and just
As I've
enjoying
said,
the tranquility.
as I said, I have nothing left.
When you say that, Pyrolis, you just hear a soft thump from the north end of the room, and Garth just heavily starts.
Well, I guess we need a rest. Is it short or long?
Needs his beauty sleep.
As long as possible, preferably.
So long again.
Oh.
I know! This is becoming our second bloody home at this rate.
Well, I desperately require rest.
Alright, I'm just gonna fucking...
If I were to accumulate it in some sort of number value, I would say that if like my weaker spells would say be like level 1, I have 1 of those left, and that's it.
Alright, well, get comfy, because it's gonna be a good sleep.
I can
Hey,
help
hey,
take first watch.
there you are.
I at least stand some chance against if there was another attack.
Why are you hiding underneath me?
I'm lying on top of you, mate. I'm not sleeping on the fucking floor again.
Fine. go
Which
there,
isn't
please.
saying much considering you're wearing scale mail, but the point being,
But it's not a floor, so it'll do.
it'll do.
Just pats him on the head.
Ah.
Yeah, Pi is happy to take sort of first watch if there is need of a watch, given the other peeps came in.
Possible.
Probably, actually, yeah.
You take a watch and it is uneventful. You pass on the watch to whoever takes the second watch,
I'll take second.
and it continues to be uneventful. And you pass on the watch to whoever takes third watch, and Garth grumbles about having to take a watch.
Well, fuck
But-
you! If you want to be a part of the party, you've got to take a watch.
But it is uneventful.
Alright, so we all gooch. Now can we please get out of here? Let's go. We need to be...
Hold on. I must put my spoils back up. Spoils.
Spools.
Oh.
No, but yes.
So, out of character, what other bits did we need to do while we were in here? Dragon in a book? Person?
Well, we've got the book, so I'm assuming we can just go to that book, where that dragon lives whenever we want, whenever we get a rare book. I don't think it necessarily needs to be anything in here.
But is the book that we've just got a rare book?
I'm assuming we require that book.
Yeah. And so we need to go look at the throne then.
Yes.
Yeah? Is the book-
Oh, that couldn't go any more worse, could it? Thrones are never a good thing in a game because you sit on them and then everything goes to shit.
They sit on them and then they bite you in the ass.
Hell yeah. Right,
Well, they're made of
let's go.
swords and they're really uncomfortable.
Alright, well, if it's gonna bite us in the ass, Cal's gonna enjoy that, so come on, let's go.
Speak for yourself. Walks past as he goes upstairs.
So Shan, Pyrolis during her watch has a chance to read some of the book. The
Cool.
Darshi Journal.
Dear diary,
Today I made a throne.
you'll never guess what that bitch Stacy said.
This thick paperback is the original journal of Darsh, the god of pirates.
Hey!
Long ago, he was a mortal Hadozi aboard a great ship called the Dauntless. They are a race of flying apes that lived exclusively on board seafaring vessels.
Cool.
Most were oppressed by their captains, and Darsh was no different. That is until the day that he rallied his fellow slaves and took the ship for himself. From there, he took to the high seas as a pirate, forever in search of treasure. With his lovely wife and stalwart crew, they soon learned the legend of Namazu, the rainbow fish, and spent the next few years pursuing him. When they finally found the mighty fish, he transformed into a dragon and tried to destroy them. They only managed to survive thanks to Darsh's determination and his twin cutlasses. The crew
Which is why they're on the front of the book.
The crew fashioned the fallen dragon into a new Dauntless to replace the one they had lost in the conflict. It was at this time that the absence of the gods occurred, and the clerics throughout the lands were incapable of using their divine abilities. Curious to find a creature capable of stealing the gods themselves, Darsh took to his magic ship and traversed the plains in search of answers. The new quest led him to eventually find the God Eater in a realm outside of time and space. Each chapter of the book represents a chapter from his quest to find the God Eater and the different planes that he travelled in order: Hades, the Abyss, Limbo, Arborea, the Beastlands, Bitopia, Mount Celestia, and Mechanis.
And they're all shown in this cog.
They are all shown both in this
Machine.
cog machine and also, more importantly, up in the book, The Throne.
Okay.
Hmm.
So can we have a reminder of what the throne looked like when we were here before? It was a big stone book with the pages open to a certain
Yes,
place.
they actually gave me text specifically for the return. You climb up the stairs and out into the throne room. The throne sculpted to resemble an open book in every detail. If the pages weren't clearly made of stone, you are sure you could probably flip them. The pages of the book are open to a largely blank, but there are 8 symbols that rise out of the stone and glow a soft purple. And these are the symbols of the various planes that Darsh travelled to.
Okay. So... what's the betting this does something... interesting if we touch the symbols? Given the rest of the place has been doing
But
interesting.
what do we press?
In the book, John, what was the... I guess maybe the last place that he went to? Does it give an order to what?
It gives an order to them. Hades, the Abyss, Limbo, Arborea, Beastlands, Bitopia, the Mount Celestia, and Mechanus.
I'm not quite sure whether it's better to go to the last place or the first place to like follow his path or not, if you see what I mean. Does anyone have any thoughts?
Sorry, where did it say he went first?
He first went to Hades.
Is there any particular names that have come up in other stuff that we recognise that might link to somewhere we should go first?
You would recognise all of these as the names of planes of existence.
I'm unsure as to...
The thing is, what is Throne going to do? That's what I worry about. If it transports us to these places, some of them are not places you particularly want to go.
If it's puzzle, like everything else has been, maybe we touched them in order. Maybe that's why we needed the book.
Oh, okay.
Possibly. That's the best idea we've got, anyway.
It's the only...
Was this the thing with the symbols?
Yes.
Or am I... Okay.
It's the only logic I can I can see
It's the only logic I can detect in this entire thing.
I picked out the book. I will press them if
Alright.
that's what people want.
Yeah. I don't know, this room creeps me out. Well, I'm just gonna stand over here.
As you
I will walk up and hesitate a little and then begin to press them.
As you press the last button,
Oh shit.
the throne begins to shake violently. You see the marble surrounding the throne begins to slide back, leaving a gap around the throne on 3 sides. It shakes one more time and then begins to descend into the darkness beneath it. You and your party leap onto the throne as it drops out of sight. The ride down is smooth and uneventful, but longer than you would have guessed. After about 5 minutes, the throne lands in a huge open chamber with 7 gleaming doors against the northern wall. The doors all look the same as the doors to the reading rooms above you, except each one has a symbol engraved where the title would normally be. Going from left to right, you see a large sun, an open book, a frozen glacier, a crescent moon, a fluffy cloud, a creature seated in the lotus position, and a raging river. The south wall behind you is one giant mirror with light scroll work across the edges, but beyond that, the large stone chamber is empty.
So you go into big old empty room.
Can we get a list of the things that was there? My brain can't hold.
Oh, sorry, 1 minute.
I'm trying to sort of process the list and what it might mean, but only works if you can actually grab hold of that set of information.
Yeah, that was a lot of information.
So there was a sun... Oh, sorry, 1 minute. I'm going to read the list again. The sun, the book, a glacier, crescent moon, fluffy cloud, someone seated in the lotus position, and a raging river.
So what have we... This has to be another puzzle, right?
Is it connected? Are they? So you got a river and a bunch of other stuff. Sun, book, glacier, moon, cloud, person, river.
Okay. I'm so confused.
Does that link to the places again? Do they feature different things?
We've got like the beast, so all the symbols that you pressed to get the throne to activate were all planes of existence.
Well, there's 8 of them, and there's only 7 here.
And even then, it's like you've got where would a river fit in on any of them?
Yeah.
Because you've got like the Beastlands, isn't the Beastlands? They're
The only thing I can think that had a river or similar was the flooded room, and then there was the cold room. But that was 6 doors, right?
there was 6 doors in each wing, so we would have had. There should be 12 of them.
Yeah.
Admittedly, the book that put the water out, the water was from the River Styx.
Hmm.
And what other books? But even then, it's like we had a book that was just a book. But have we had any books that were just books, not related to anything?
Could we go and speak to the dragon? Perhaps the dragon might have read something that he can piece together.
You can.
I don't know.
No, I mean, he didn't really show much interest in. Did he show much interest in the library in general? Been so long. Since
He
we've been
didn't show a great deal of interest in the library. He showed a lot of interest in the books.
but not in the library itself. So he might not. He might know stuff because he may have read about the library. So,
But if we can convince him that there may be better books deeper, maybe we could get him to help. I don't know.
and at the moment, it's our only option, really. At the moment,
I mean, why else would they hide something unless it was special? It seems an awful lot of trouble compared to the bookshelves that have been relatively easy access.
well,
Hmm.
at the moment, it's our only real option. Because otherwise,
Yeah.
try and scour the library some more to try and find an answer.
Our friend's not got anything useful to add.
Garth will look at the doors and strokes his big blue beard.
Great big bushy.
Great big bushy blue beard. I mean, several of these things are connected to each other. The glacier flows into the river flows into the clouds.
Oh.
The sun and the moon are in a constant cycle.
But where does the book fit?
And the
book and the
person.
person do not fit that pattern.
The person reads the book.
It depends if this Biblius sought to keep the knowledge in the books or thought the knowledge was better in the person, maybe.
Oh, it's kind of like the mind sort of thing. I mean, you need a person to write a book.
Yes. And a person seeks greater knowledge than the book. The book only contains a certain amount.
And there's no point in a book unless you've got a person to read it.
Yeah?
I'm intrigued to see what happens with the sun and the moon doors, the glacier, the river, the cloud. They all link.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that
so
might be a thing
lost.
for another day if we explore the book or the person.
That seems to be where I'm drawn, to be honest.
Which do you think?
Well, I'm not the brightest person, but
We have the book, but it seems too logical.
yeah.
It seems too obvious.
So maybe the answer is to look within and go through the door marked with a person.
I mean, are you confident on that?
I'm throwing about 60-70% chance that that's possibly the right answer.
John, I swear if you're wrong, I will fucking kill you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to give it a go. We
Oh, bollocks.
can't
Alright.
just stay here forever.
Yeah, alright.
But
Although-
not very recommended.
All those a person say aye.
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 Best option we got, I think.
Hi, alright, let's go there.
The door opens to a hallway that stretches for 10 feet before emerging into darkness.
Hello, darkness, my
And you push through
Like pitch black darkness.
pitch black darkness, and then you emerge into a glittering hall lined with veins of platinum and amethyst. The overhead crystals reveal 7 gold display cases, 2 18-foot cases surrounding 5 6-foot cases. In the centre of the room, you see a huge bag filled with a mountain of ancient silver coins. Along the hall opposite the door is a large quote written in golden script that simply reads, "To find your direction, consult your reflection."
Oh, so we can check ourselves out in a mirror. That's fucking fantastic. I really need to cut my hair.
No.
It's been a while.
Right.
I think a bit of Amy just creeped into Malzere there.
Alright, but point being, reflection is our actual reflection or like a kind of inner self sort of thing?
I mean, if it were literal, do our reflections look any different? Surely there'd be something. Do we have anything that is reflective enough? Wait, the pose, do we need to sit like it and meditate?
I mean, maybe. Try it.
Yeah, well, give it a go. Pi will sit and assume that pose and be kind of listening and thinking just to see if anything comes to mind or anything.
As you sit down to meditate, the sound of hammer against anvil, metalwork fills your mind.
She'll be kind of whispering it out loud as she's hearing
Your
things.
patron comes to you, Pyrillus. The hammer is within your grasp. I can sense it in this room. There are great treasures here, but the Pyre is here as well. Look in the containers. It's here to be taken. You might just need to break the lock.
Were there obvious containers around?
There are a number of display cases in this room.
I think she would probably still with her eyes closed, just to try and hone in to see whether the noise gets louder from any particular direction.
Okay.
Whether the hammering, can narrow it down to
Roll me a wisdom check.
wisdom. Check I'm on normal. Wisdom.
With your eyes closed, you feel your way around the room, and you are drawn to one of the display cases.
Before she opens her eyes, you say, this one, I think we need to open this one. Something about a lock. And then she'll open her eyes and look at it.
Alright.
You see inside the display case a ruby red hammer with a flame carved in the side of it, and you can see the metal itself appears to flicker with an inner glow.
Well,
This is the one I'm drawn to, at least.
Well,
I imagine at this point, if there is an obvious lock, Hal would think he can pick it.
Hal will attempt to pick it.
Given his previous...
given his proclivity to try and pick every lock.
Yeah.
Hal reaches over and just starts to sort of meditate and fiddle around inside the lock with a makeshift thieves' tools that he uses. And just as you're about to suggest maybe trying something else, the lock opens.
hey.
And the display case swings open.
And we all burn.
And you can feel a slight rush of heat
Oh, shit.
from the hammer.
It's like one of those things where you like open the oven, you feel that rush of heat before you take
Yeah.
the food out. Okay.
Anybody with glasses on, just their
I-
glasses steam up instantly.
I imagine Hal would be pretty excited and would go straight to grab for it.
Possibly.
So Pi would specifically stop him. Because the heat, she assumes, means that maybe the metal is hot. So she would tentatively kind of, you know how you put your hand closer to something to see if you can feel a heat coming
Yeah.
off it. She would sort of do that for
You
touching.
you reach out towards the hammer, and despite the sudden sensation of warmth as the door of the display cabinet opened, as you reach towards it, there is no warmth there, and you just hear a word fill your mind. Forge. Forge. Just to say it more clearly so that you can actually hear it, maybe.
Oh, all the times we don't have Baron with us.
Forge. Does our new friend know anything that might be linked to that?
No, he's confused.
I'm guessing
She
it was
will
made in a forge?
gently pick it up.
You have to forge something?
You can feel the power of the hammer. The Pyamol bonds with your warlock weapon, your hex blade, Shan.
Mm-hmm.
You now have the following effects.
Ooh.
You have a +2 to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Cool.
Whenever you hit, you deal 2d6 fire damage,
Yay!
in addition to the damage of hitting someone with a great hammer. And as an action, you can slam the Pyamol into the ground to cast Burning Hands at the 2nd level. Once per short rest.
Fun.
You can also choose to have the weapon shed a bright light for 30 feet and a dim light for a further 30 feet. And if you kill a creature with an attack using this weapon, the corpse is instantly immolated, turning to ash.
Sweet. Hal's not gonna like that, but sweet.
Oh, and, because apparently the bullet points go onto the other page as well, if you score a critical hit with this, weapon, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
The DC
Fun
for
time.
both avoiding the burning hands and the being knocked prone is 15.
Nice.
Cool. That should be interesting.
And basically now whenever you summon your Warhammer, the rubies on the side burn with an internal light, and just a red flare comes out the sides of the hammer.
Cool. She will close her eyes in an attempt to sort of speak back to her deity and just say thank you.
You need this. You have earned this.
I trust you. Whatever needs to be done.
We trust you will do what needs to be done. We trust that you have been doing what needs to be done. And this will aid you. And now there is only one way to leave the library. Back the way you came, and out through this back door. Take any other treasures from this room that you see fit.
Oh shit.
Okay. She will paraphrase, relay that to the others. To say that they've been given the nod to check around in the other places. To take what we think we might need. So what are the...
So there are
Four.
7 display cabinets in total.
Yeah.
One of which is the one that you've just taken the Pyre Maul out of.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to just go round and have a look in all of them?
Let's have a shifty at all the things.
Yeah, Pyrolis would. I think she would maybe see whether anyone else meditating very quickly kind of had any impact. Whether they were drawn anywhere. Kind of assuming that it might not be a
Alderax
thing.
will, like, pray, doesn't really do meditating, but...
Nothing
Oh,
comes to
yeah.
you.
Nope,
Okay,
the K-Dizzle doesn't really care.
we'll just take a look then.
The first display cabinet contains a glossy ebony staff carved with intricate and complex nature symbols. The second one is the one that had the Pyre Maul in it. In the third one, a single eyeglass is on a velvet pillow. And you can see tiny alchemical symbols etched into the surface.
Ooh.
A purple crystal wand with hairline cracks running down the side is in the next display cabinet. A large leather-bound tome with a strange symbol on the cover. Garth will relay that the title reads First Try in Draconic. A long silk headband dyed red with blue splotches in the shapes of eyes. And then the final display cabinet features a small silver necklace made up of different silver tongues welded together on a silver chain.
Can anyone detect magic? Is that a thing I can do?
I can detect magic.
Is it worth just just checking that all of them have a magical quality.
Fuck it.
They all have a magical aura.
They all have a magical.
So perhaps we see what all of them do. The silver tongue seems somewhat useful to Malzare, perhaps?
I mean, Silver Tongue. Yeah, I'm going to assume has some sort of enchanting magic on it. I mean, I can cast this as a ritual to kind of focus on each one to find out what kind of magic each of them has.
Yeah.
Might
So-
be.
So, I particularly want to blow through all my first level spells.
I mean, I was told to take what we need, but we don't know what that is, so perhaps better to be safe. We could always return them at a later date.
The necklace with tongues on it has an aura of divination magic.
Divination. Wasn't expecting that.
Well,
Garth
That again, don't I?
Garth will point out that he knows identify.
I also know I did.
Well, perhaps we should.
And so between the two of you, you can
identify.
ritual cast identify around the room.
So yes, we'll do that thing.
Cool.
So would you like to start with a necklace?
Sure.
yeah.
As it's the one that both seems the most gross and the one that's confusing me. 'Cause,
So Calderax focuses on the necklace, and after 10 minutes realizes that whenever a falsehood is spoken within 15 foot of a person wearing the necklace itself will cool down by 10 degrees.
Ooh.
goes cold, you know someone's telling porkies. Or telling the truth.
When they tell a falsehood, it gets cooler.
So it is the necklace of porkies.
Okay.
You do also, however, realize that there is no lower limit to this.
So the more lies that are told, the colder and colder it gets.
Yes.
So it will always be colder once it hears a lie.
It will warm up again eventually, but it will, if a lot of lies are told.
So if you're talking to a real lying bastard,
Yes.
you'll probably catch frostbite.
Hmm. I mean, it might be useful. Perhaps it's something we could store at a distance.
Garth will look at the pale red headband, and after the 10 minutes passes and you describe the necklace, he says, "This allows you to once a day cast detect thoughts."
Shit. That's really cool.
It only works once a day, but
Well, once a day is better than no time today.
what would you like to cast your eyes over next?
What were the other two? What were the other?
There is the eyeglass with alchemical symbols on it. A book that reads First Try. A staff with nature symbols on it. And a purple wand.
Purple wand.
Okay. As you pick it up, it sparks purple.
Purple spark.
and you take 10 minutes to concentrate on it. It can be used as a spell focus. But you get the feeling that it is cursed. Instead of casting the spell that you desire, it will randomly cast a different spell.
Okay, we've got a cursed spell focus.
I'm putting these down in chat.
Meanwhile, Garth will look at the first try book. This is his attempt to make a complete history of the multiverse. It records anything said within 10 feet of it. And he holds up one of the pages, and you can see that as he's saying this is being written into the book.
Ooh.
And that's added to the book.
Nice.
And that's added to the book.
Miles Ray has fluffy hair.
And that's added to the book. And so on.
It's in the book now.
So on and so
It's in the
forth.
book now, it's true.
Beautiful.
I think Pi would go over without saying anything and just close that one.
I don't see there's any reason for this to be taken.
I don't think it will be of use to us. It may end up with
I mean, if we ever
more
need to
trouble.
know a conversation word for word, we can't bother to remember it.
Yes, but equally, if it got into the wrong hands, people would know the entire
If we,
conversation.
if we call the king a dumbass or something like that.
Yeah. I'm not sure the wand is a good idea either.
Wand doesn't seem like it'd be worth it, so we need to get that curse removed before we actually use it.
So the last one on our list.
There's the eyepiece and a staff.
May as well continue understanding them. It would be
let's
safer that
have
way.
a look at that eyepiece, shall we? The eyepiece of Druby.
Yep. Let's have a look-see.
You spend a further 10 minutes looking at the eyepiece, and you find out that when read, when used to read a book, it will reveal the author and moment of completion for any written work.
So it lets us know when something is written.
Yes.
That could be useful either to us or perhaps even the dragon.
I mean, it could be useful to the dragon, especially because he likes his rare books.
And knowing the exact author, perhaps. Yeah, maybe.
Use him.
And
I mean, the book that takes down everything that's said might amuse him, but
This is true. It is a rare book after all. And not much use to us.
Garth will hold the 5-foot-long quarterstaff that is taller than he is. This staff allows the holder to understand any language spoken within 100 feet of it.
That's
It can also be used by a druid to deal more damage with attack spells.
it would help if we had a druid with us, but understanding every language is pretty cool. But
I
is it,
maybe
I would like.
is it something we need?
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, yes. 'Cause
It's definitely something we need.
I do think it would be of use. My only question is transporting it. And
it's just a staff. Use it as
It is a
walking stick.
quarterstaff, basically.
Okay.
if we're happy to carry it with us, then yeah, but we may as well.
I think it's for the best because sometimes there are language barriers.
Exactly. Sometimes accent barriers as well.
Sometimes there are accent barriers.
Okay, that's decided then.
We'll take the staff.
We can see use for that one.
Sorry, the staff.
Stop.
Staff.
With that, I'm going to call the session to a close.
Well, that was. It got better.
It
It got less
it
deadly.
certainly had a moment in there.
That it did. That it be. That it be. Yes, it is. Not that it be.
Anyway, so with that, I'm going to call this session to a close. You guys didn't die,
Yay!
which we're all thankful for.
Must be so.
As much as John tried to kill Hal.
I mean, to be fair, the game was seriously working against you guys at some points.
Constantly trying to kill Michael's character. I wouldn't.
Triple one, like, jeebus.
Only me.
Oh, that's incredible. At some point, you're going to roll a 888.
Let's
I
hope
mean,
so.
it has to balance out, right? Like, that's a thing, maybe.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to do it when I need it, not at some really random inane time that's not useful in the slightest.
No, when you don't need it in the slightest.
Yeah, this is my worry.
That's when it'll happen.
But anyway, thank you guys in the chat so much for hanging around with us tonight, and for your ongoing support. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live. And in the meantime, we are coming up with the following streams. On Friday, I will be joining the Princes of the Apocalypse campaign as we head inside Scarlet Moon Hall. Albite is back and, well, still around, really. He was there at the end of the last session, so he's still going to be there. And we're going to go...
They can't.
And I'm continuing the Asimar thing.
and yeah, Asimar continueth. On Sunday, the group are heading north to return a pair of kidnapped farm hands and daughters to their homes after the Burrowfound.
My brain definitely heard you say return a pair of kidneys.
I mean, there's at least 2 kidneys in each girl.
At least.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not too many more than that, but...
Well, you
I
never
mean,
know.
you know, if they had like 12 kidneys, they're just like nothing but kidney.
They head north to return the pair of kidnapped farm girls to the farm just outside Belliard.
But first, Steel will do some
But
shopping.
Steele has some shopping to pick up, and some other people might have some social stuff to do around Red Larch. Who knows? And then on Monday next week, assuming we can resurrect the Minecraft server, Sean and I are going to do the bees.
Killed it again.
It wasn't
It
us this
fell
time.
over at some point in the week when nobody was on it or looking at it.
Well, let's be honest. Was it Mike?
I mean, I
No, he's not been
I
near it
couldn't say that it wasn't, but I mean,
Is it safe to assume it's probably Michael?
it
It definitely
it
wasn't.
might have fallen over in fear of him.
I mean, I'm just saying this just out of my knowledge of how many times he's broken.
It might have just been upset that he's not been on it as much.
Yeah, maybe he feels neglected.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can get the Minecraft server resurrected, and then we will get down to business. And
If not, it's gonna be Magic Monday of let's guess what we're doing.
yeah, roll the wheel and work out some other game to play. We'll also have at some point coming up soon, pub quiz night. I don't know when, but we'll work something out for that because I think that's going to be fun.
Maybe.
Get in the Discord and.
But yeah, head over to the Discord, head over to finalbossfight.co.uk for full information, and also where our Discord is. And we will see you guys around real soon. For now, guys, farewell.
Bye.